Hello everybody and welcome back to another Disney rant brought to you by Keeping Up with the Castle. My name is Colin and I'll be taking you through this rant as always. I wanted to bring up some very big news for the Walt Disney Company. So effective pretty much immediately, Bob Iger has taken back some of the CEO roles in the Walt Disney Company from Bob Chapek, who just literally weeks ago took over the throne from Bob Iger, who was expecting to step down and then eventually retire. That's not the case anymore. So we are in the middle of a global pandemic, and I think it is the best option to put someone with 15 years of successful CEO experience, especially a company that large, in charge during this moment when there's so much uncertainty. We don't know when things are going to open yet. We don't know a lot. So a lot of things will be changing, and I think putting Disney's best foot forward is putting Bob Iger mostly back in charge. So we don't know exactly how much he's in charge of as of now, but he is not taking the CEO title from Bob Chapek, but he is taking some of the roles back. In my opinion, I assume it's going to be majority of them to kind of guide Disney back in a successful pathway where they need to be. However, we don't know. We're just kind of speculating. There's only been a little bit of info released from a New York Times article that I'm going to read an excerpt from, some quotes. So one from Bob Iger, then some from the New York Times interview. And they stated, Bob Iger has effectively returned to running the company after a few weeks of letting Mr. Chapek take charge. Mr. Iger smoothly reasserted control via their video chat software during a meeting. Bob Iger stated, "It's a Disney with fewer employees leading the new and uncertain business of how to gather people safely for an entertainment environment." So that being said, a lot I think will change just from that short, sweet little quote from Bob Iger. I think there will be a lot of budget cuts going forward that I hate to see always, but at this point, they're losing millions upon millions of dollars a day. I think it's uber necessary to do that, unfortunately, and a lot of it will come from cast members or employees, all the way from the top executives, I think all the way down to entry-level cast members. I'd say it's going to be the middle ground that's going to be affected the most. However, I do think some executives will have to part ways or take a much lower salary permanently. And I think the entry-level cast members, because there's such an abundance of them, I think some will be cut and laid off. But I think they're going to really rely on them because they have such a lower pay rate. Same thing with the college students that come for the internships. Lower pay rate, so it's easier to handle. However, they can't be housed right now and etc. I'm not going to go into full detail about all that stuff, but Bob Iger has effectively taken over some of the CEO roles from Bob Chapek just after handing the torch to him literally weeks ago. Who would have thought? I mean, 2020 has been crazy. Things are changing left and right. There is a lot of change coming in Disney's future as expected, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think this is a smart move, kind of giving Chapek the power and now taking it away from him and then ultimately maybe giving it back to him? Or will Chapek not come back after this? I don't know. I want to know what you guys think. What are you speculating? What are your thoughts? I personally am a big Bob Iger fan, so I'm kind of glad this decision was made to help get us through this crisis. But I'm not sure what to think going forward. We're going to talk about it more in detail once more info comes out, but I wanted to let you guys know right away, Bob Iger is back pretty much as the man on top without the title. Thank you guys so much for following along to this Disney rant from Keeping Up with the Castle. My name is Colin. Have a great day.